What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NFL DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday Night Football, the Houston Texans and the Carolina Panthers. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. It's the only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. That's not going to happen today, just letting you guys know. Let me know in the comment section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. And finally, go check out No House Advantage, the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get a little bit of a bonus on that first deposit. Now, we're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Andre Roberts, Zane Gonzalez, Terrence Marshall, Robbie Anderson, and Brandon Cooks on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. And you can see the 3, 4, 5, 6 spot are all basically the same. These guys aren't separated all that much. So Chris Conley is in at number 5. He's just 1,600, projected for 10.8 fantasy points. Not the best matchup in the world for Houston. Obviously, things aren't looking great over there in Texans land. But for right now, this is a 30th ranked offense going to a backup quarterback against the 19th ranked defense. He's just going to play at a super cheap price tag. And that's really all you need to know. He's not going for north of 30 fantasy points. He's got a 2% chance of being the optimal captain. However, the salary savings is massive, and there's certainly a guy that you can pay up for today where you're going to need that savings. 45% of the time, Chris Conley is in the optimal utility spot. That's enough to get him into the number 5 spot overall. Next up at number 4, we're going to DJ Moore. He's 10,600, projected for 21.8 fantasy points. They're pretty big favorites here against Houston. The Texans defense, 31st in football via PFF right now. And it's not like Carolina's offense is all that great. They are 25th, but it's a much better story going on in Carolina. 13% chance to go for north of 30 fantasy points for Moore. A 15% chance to be the optimal captain. Really like DJ Moore at the captain spot today. 33% likelihood to be optimal in the utility. That gets him to 48% overall. That gets him to the number 4 spot. At number 3, we're grabbing a quarterback. We're ending up under center with Davis Mills. 8,400, which is not a price tag you normally see on quarterbacks, projected for 18.3 fantasy points. Honestly, if you're going to get a matchup, this one isn't all that bad. Carolina's defense is slightly below average. You don't expect much out of the rookie here, but he's got a big arm. 2% chance to go for north of 30. That one would be not expected. Let's just say that. 6% chance to be the optimal captain, but 42% likelihood to be the optimal utility. When you can get a quarterback at this low of a salary, they're going to be in that utility spot a lot. They're just really easy to use. And that's why you see Davis Mills going to the number 3 spot. He can't get to 2 or 1. Those two guys should be pretty obvious. But as a value option in what's basically the mid tier, I think it's really easy to use Davis Mills. Now we take a pretty giant jump up in tier to number 2, Sam Darnold. He is 11,200, projected for 22.8 fantasy points. Great spot here against Texas? Against the Texans. It's weird how that word changes when you just add an S to the end. 12% chance of going for north of 30 fantasy points. A 12% likelihood of being the optimal captain. And he's an optimal utility play in 50% of lineups. Just at utility alone, he's a coin flip. Overall, you get to 62% Darnold. This is just a perfect opportunity for Carolina. They're 8-point favorites. The total isn't all that great, but even still, because of Darnold's price and because of the expected workload, he's going to be the number 2 play on the slate no matter what. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Please head to Twitter, follow me at Josh Engleman. Only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. I'm just not going to be available around lock today, so I'm not going to be able to put this out. If there are big changes during the afternoon, maybe I can get an update out there, but for today only, I apologize in advance. I'm just not going to be there. But let me know in the comment section, who are your favorites for today? And once again, shout out to No House Advantage for being the sponsor of this video. Now, let's get to Christian McCaffrey. There was no other chance this was someone else. 13,400 for McCaffrey, projected for 26.5 fantasy points. He's going to tear them up on the ground. He's going to tear them up via the passing game. No matter what happens, Christian McCaffrey should have an excellent game here. A 41% chance to go for north of 30 fantasy points. That's mind-blowing. 35% likelihood of being the optimal captain. That is just a truly massive number. but it's also 48% at utility. 84% of the time, Christian McCaffrey is in the optimal lineup. He basically has to get injured, honestly. There's no real way around Christian McCaffrey today. He will look like one of the best plays you'll find in a showdown slate all season. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday Night Football, the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. Now, there's a FanDuel version of this video around here, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Week 3 top 5s will be out tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll have another night on Sunday night with some showdown contenders. Good luck tonight, everybody. I'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.